Hi everyone, my name is Jacek Szymański and I am director of food and tabletop commercials. In my Footloose podcast, I met people who have a clear impact on the food film industry. They are masters at what they do. In the 10th episode, I met Antonella Scoliero, the only woman in the world who is the head of the tabletop studio in Milan, but also a very experienced SFX supervisor. She is known in the industry as a tabletop mom. We spoke at her Studio 360 FX in Milan's Chinatown. Hear the story how Antonella built a tabletop market in Italy. Enjoy! Okay. Hi Anto.
Hello, Jacek.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for accepting my invitation to my podcast, first of all.
Thank you to invite me.
Thanks a lot. So, I know you've been a very busy person for almost 30 years. I know it. You started in advertising industry, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I admit that usually tabletop studio owners are a man. Mm-hmm. You are probably the first lady in the world who runs a tabletop studio. I have always wanted to ask you, where did the idea of 360 tabletop studio come from?
Wow, this is it's a very strange story.
Tell me.
Because, we opened 13 years ago. It was 2009. Mm-hmm. And I worked in an agency that time. And
what kind of? It's not a secret, of course.
No, it's not. It was a Red Cell Bates that is became Red Cell.
Red Cell.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I work for. It was part of the network WPP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was one of the local agency but on the network. And I did the head of TV there. Also, I control all the production. So I. This part. Then one day, a friend of mine called me and she said, "Why don't you come to Dubai?"
Okay.
And I said, "Yeah, but I have because I became mother in 2005." And she said, "Yeah, okay, but the baby now is fine. So just for 1 month, 1 month in Dubai, I need a freelance."
Okay, just for the work, not for the vacation.
No, work.
Okay.
And I said, okay. So I talked to Red Cell. I say, guys, I need to do this experience. I want to do it. And so I decided to go to Dubai. And there I met my partner, partner,
okay.
Piero.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's Italian?
No, he's Italian.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Italian.
It's a nice combination that you met each other in Dubai.
Because a friend of mine, she's a production manager,
okay.
She said she know him for a long time. And she got the information that he needs a producer. And I said, okay, because she's my friend. I said, okay, I come. Okay. So I decided to go to Dubai. And I went there for just one project. In that time, the good thing was to... so they are building a lot of real estate. No, there was a big real estate. And I did this project for Dubai Properties. That it took me like 3 weeks to do it. Very big job. But when I finished, there was already another award. And Piero said, "No, please, I need you for this, the next one." So at the end, I stay 1 month and 2 months. When I come back, I say, no way, Dubai is not my place. It's very difficult to work in Dubai. I love the people, they are friendly, but in the same time, the crew, and so they are not specialized. And so back to the reality. There was the other partner, Patrizia, that now she's not anymore our partner. She decided she wanted to talk to me because Piero and Patrizia, they work together. And so just to do a short the story, at the end they said, okay, we opened the studio because I did a couple of tabletop in the meantime, and I said, okay, why not? And there was Franco Villanelli.
But you did a couple of tabletop commercials here or in Dubai?
No, in Dubai. I did for real estate. But then, before to leave Dubai, Publicis in Dubai, they have a Maggie to shoot. And I bring in Milan. Because let's do in Milan because it's feasible. So I bring the people in Milan and we start to do 1 or 2 projects with them. After that,
it was 2005, yeah?
No, 2008. 8.
So just one thing, because I'm really curious, how the food industry and the tabletop industry was in Dubai at that time?
There was
nothing, like a desert.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The desert. Totally like desert. There was nothing. There was no studio, nothing. So that's why when they show me the project, I say, guys, this is better to do in Milan, because in Milan I know a guy that is doing special effects, that is Franco Villanelli, that I think a lot of people know him because he's a kind of pioneer in this. And with Franco, we decided to open 360 effects. And the name of 360 is because he invented a kind of machine to attach to the camera and move the camera 360 degrees. But not like this, just around the camera. For some shots, like in terms, instead to have the turntable, you have the camera, the turning.
Movement,
It's been the first movement.
Sure.
Because there was no robot.
Yes, absolutely.
But it was very genius, and we did 3 or 4 projects with this kind of technique, but of course. Nobody asked for this kind of technique, so it was just a great idea, no? But if you don't have creatives, they know that this technology exists. They don't invent. They don't know how to do the project. Anyhow, so and with Franco, Patrizia, we opened the studio. This place was a studio, but is like an open space. It was not a studio with the lights. It was an office. So we remove all the office stuff and we prepare everything as a studio. So we rebuilt a studio. And April 2009, we opened 360 FX. So that's the story. And the beginning is a bit difficult because, in 2009, it's true that there was tabletop stuff to do, but not with the big technology. Basic. So then in the last 10 years something has changed, but before was difficult.
What was the condition for tabletop here 14 years ago? I mean, about the these days we will talk about a little bit later. But what about here 14 years ago when you started?
But
what was your knowledge about this one?
One of my first tabletop I shot with how do you call the camera? I forgot the name. The supersonic, with the stock, the film stock.
Like a foot, like
the film stock. You have to put
from the library.
No, from the Kodak.
Okay.
The film.
The film?
Yeah.
From the negative.
The negative.
Okay.
And I know that it's
it was really expensive, I can imagine. You had to count it any meters from the negative.
And for tabletop, you have to prepare the chassis, like a 300 meters, very big, because otherwise, when you give go and stop, you finish if you have just a simple roll. No? You need the big roll. And so I remember there are some important direct, like Vittorio Sacco, that he shot in this way with the film. And I saw him to say, action and cut, it's shout because it gives noise. A lot of noise. You have to shout, otherwise it was impossible to listen the cut. And you cannot see anything. You have just to develop.
You need to trust the
You
DOP.
have to, you have to trust. So you can do one, two times because the film, the footage, it cost a lot. It was expensive, no? So, and this is was lucky.
True.
So that's I start to see how the tabletop works. But then when I see that the cameras are high speed arrive, I bought the first Phantom in 2000, I think 2010, or at the end of 2009. Yeah. And so I bought the first camera that was the V64, and is running like a 250, but of course difficult for the lights because
it's too dark.
Too dark. Yeah, exactly. But we did a lot of projects.
Of course, it was the first camera.
No. In fact, as soon as
without any costs about the negative film.
No, exactly.
So that was the point.
Exactly. But it was very expensive at the beginning. The Phantom. I try also the Photron. I don't know if because
I heard about
in the 2009 there was these two company, Visual Research and the Japanese one for Photron, and they fight each other because
like competitors.
They want. So they gave Photron gave to the directors the camera, and they say, okay, you have to involve the people to use the Photron. And I work with the Photron 2 or 3 times, but honestly, I think it's not the same level
like
of
a Phantom.
In fact, the Phantom is arrived where it is today, no?
True.
The others, I don't know. I
don't think so that they still exist, but
I think
maybe,
it does not exist.
Maybe I will check later. So. I'm really curious that is how the story about this company it's finished. Maybe they still working on the market.
I don't know. This is then I start to buy the gold, the Phantom Gold, then another Phantom, the 2K, then after the 4K. So this is the actual story.
Yeah, it's really nice. So before, like you said, you work in advertising agency.
Yep.
So you know what the clients needs. You know how to approach the topics. So you know how to approach the projects too at the same time. What are the biggest challenges for you? What are difficulties? Or maybe for such an experienced person like you, everything is simple?
No. Of course, it depends also when you meet the right director, because he will help to organize and everything. I had in my past, I had some directors very tricky, very demanding, and I suffered a lot to arrive, to achieve what. And in that time, I worked in the production company before to go to the agency, because my background, I started agency. Then I went in such and such.
Okay.
So one of my first experience has been publicist and such and such. Then from such and such, we opened a production company in 2000, I think, and with this executive producer, that a friend of mine, and I worked for them for 7-8 years. And that period, that company was one of the main production company in Milan, and we work internationally. So we have a director from LA, from New York, from different countries, and to match how we work in Italy with the same way in the US work, because I'm talking like 20 years ago, no? Was not easy.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But at the end, I did it, but I lost like 10 kilos. I tell you. After
it was so stressful for you.
Yeah. But because they work in a completely different way, no? The American, the people in production, they are organized because in the different way. I had the knowledge. I know how they work. But when I was young, so one of my first film with this American director that he pretended to have a kind of production set up. For us in Italy was very complicated because he needs like first ID, second ID, third ID.
Okay, you never work like this one.
No, that has been one of the. Then I decided to go to LA to shoot because
for knowledge.
For knowledge, yeah, because I remember there was a Magnum ice cream, and the director was from UK. And I understood that the situation was tricky to do it in Milan, and they said, okay, why don't we go in Los Angeles to shoot? And for me I had the budget, the good budget to do it. So we went there, and I see with my eyes how the American people in production works.
How they work.
No, but it's been a nice experience, and I did it for 3-4 times. I went there, but
after that visit, did you change something in your approach for the production?
Yeah, absolutely. I have there is a specific way how to work in production. With all the tips, the things that you have to follow to arrive to reach a good production.
To be better. Sure.
No, for me it's been always a challenge.
Okay, cool. So I remember when I came here, and the first thing when I saw was a very intimate mood here. So this studio in which we usually shooting here is not so large, but turns out to be very functional for sure. Everything is correctly in proper site and proper place, so it works very good. So, but what is the best when I'm here? It looks like you all are one family. So. Is this an Italian approach to work, to be like a family?
No, it's me.
Yeah, cool. Great answer.
No, because
it's true.
When I decide to start this adventure, I said, okay, I'm not young anymore, and I want to work in a nice place, comfortable with nice people, and I decide to create a kind of family. They call me the mama of tabletop.
Okay.
If you see the producer, they call me like this. Exactly as you said. Usually there are all men in tabletop studios. I'm probably the only one.
Yeah, you are only one.
Exactly.
I guess I asked so many people, and nobody couldn't tell me that there is someone else.
No. In fact, nobody. I'm alone in this market. But I'm trying
tabletop mama, yeah?
Yeah, tabletop mama. The producer like Nadia, maybe you met Nadia. Nadia, when she called me, ciao, mama del tabletop, how are you? Because, what's happened, I help also the SFX, because I know the tricks. I'm not just a producer. I'm also, I like to be involved in all the steps, and I can help SFX, a director, DOP, to do the best, the approach. And this is with my knowledge of 13 years, I can say now I'm super prepared on every kind of shooting.
Yeah. Any shots?
Any shots.
So there is something which surprised you? Like so difficult shots, like for example Ronald is here. Sometimes Ronald tries to achieve so difficult shots, so that's the question. So.
We did it was a spec, was not a project, because Ronald liked the idea to come in Milan and to do this project, and he invent the story. Probably you saw it. It was like the oyster. With a knife. So that shot, it took 3 days. 3 days because we have to organize the 2 robots. Then there was the movement of the water. The knife has to hit exactly at the point of
shell.
the shell, but exactly in that point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the shell couldn't open it. No, and so after 3 days. We made it.
Yes.
That's for me has been very challenging. But yes, Ronald is one that push a lot.
Yeah, but it's not so comfortable to spend 3 days for one shot, you know. I mean, these times his client wants to push you to be more to do it more and more. So
no, but this is we did it because so we have a combination. We didn't have a project in the air. Ronald was free, and I said, Antonella, I'm free.
Let's do something special.
Yeah, because we finished a project, it was free, and said, okay, I have in mind something, I want to try, and I said, okay, I have the studio free, and I called Francesco, and our people, our team, and we did it.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool. It's really good to do something, just for you, just for your knowledge, just for your experience, without the client, without the agency, just for your fun.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That you can open your mind, you can do everything what you want, so you can go in any direction, you can make mistakes, and nobody will judge you.
Exactly.
So that was.
No, but when it's possible, I love to do experimental shots because sometimes I have my guys here say, okay, let's try maybe with the flower. Probably you saw it for Florena. Florena is the project is like a cream and oil for beauty oil, and the challenge was to find a way to play with the flowers, but in terms of chemistry. So we needed to have the flowers that are losing the color or they're changing the color. So this took like more than 1 week to experiment,
to find a way
to find a way. But at the end the film is very nice.
Yep. Absolutely. Okay, we are in Milan right now, so that's the heart of the Europe, I can say. What is your client list? Are they mainly foreigners, or more often you have Italian productions?
One of my main clients is Ferrero. Is Italian.
So Italian, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is the balance, more or less?
The balance, I think, is, let's say, 60% abroad, foreign, and 40%.
I thought opposite.
No.
Oh, nice.
No. Because we are Unilever supplier. And so we work worldwide for Unilever, and that's why we have projects all around the world. So when Unilever have like a product, a detergent or soup, so they have everything, no? Soap.
Yes. It's a big company.
It's a big
have
company.
A lot of
so
other brands.
Yeah. Sometime we finish in January for a project in Singapore. Now
Did you been there?
No,
they come here.
No, just in remote. They send me the product, everything in remote. But we did a lot of remote in the last.
In the last 2 years, like in the pandemic.
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
Shoot it like this one. Okay, so what does the tabletop market in Italy look like? That's the first question. And what about the competitors here? What is the level?
Okay.
How are you feeling? The tabletop mama in that kind of market.
Always against men.
Yeah, true.
I think in the last year I have one big competitor that they built. At the beginning they was just a rental supplier. And they open the studio and they invest in SFX and everything, so they're big competitors. But luckily I don't I'm not so much in competition with them because I think they have other market.
I think you have your own style too. You have your own mood.
Yeah,
Everybody
exactly.
wants to work with you because you are the special person. I think this, in our profession, it works separately. Of course, our knowledge it works because somebody wants to see what kind of works you did or stuff like that. But I mean, in other ways, somebody wants to work with you because you are Antonella. So I think so. I think so. It's very important.
Like Julien, Dandon, Ron, all like you.
Exactly.
So when you have the possibility to come in Milan, so they are all happy. And sometimes they receive a project from the others, but so they didn't accept. They said, okay, if you have a project, so you have to go with Antonella because I work just with Antonella. So it's a lot of loyalty.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice.
No, in fact, I'm very happy to have this bunch of directors. They believe in me, and for me, this is everything, because they are like my kids.
Yeah, I know.
So, and I treat them always in a very good way because it's important.
Sure.
I don't want to have a director unhappy because. I don't care about the project. For me, just important to save money. No, there is a balance. No, there is a good balance to have the right things for to reach the final project. In the same time, to have I'm saying the markup, but just to have some. Money to at the end, and not like a charity.
Yeah, no, true. But when you compare, because you have a huge knowledge about the other countries, how it works, you've been in so many places. So when you compare Italian tabletop market to the other countries, what is the level? How do you think? For example, if you want to choose the France or Netherlands or even the US, or do you know where you are with your knowledge and your experience?
In terms of tabletop here in Italy, we have a very high experience. But is one of the reasons I don't work a lot for the Italian market is because sometimes the creativity are not amazing. No.
Don't tell so loudly.
No, but they know because sometimes they have the client.
You are here like a tabletop mama. Sometimes you will help.
Nobody asked me. No, nobody asked me.
You need to ask Antonella about the creative part, guys.
Exactly. I'm open to give.
Absolutely, like a brainstorm.
Yeah.
If you don't, this is very good information for the agency too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very happy to help the people, especially with the creativity,
Exactly.
Because they don't
know. But nobody
know.
asks you.
No.
Okay.
Just it happens just one or two times that they say, okay, this is the product, is olive oil,
for example.
And we need to create the story. And I'm start to think, and I help the director too, and then the result is good.
Exactly.
When if they involve me, is less work for them, and I can help them to raise the level of the project because I know that it's possible to do some things, but nobody asks me. That's a pity. Just when they arrive with this creativity, it's always the same.
Yeah, true.
For example, if they have to do a burger, the story is almost the same.
Yeah.
They don't invent, explosion, mega.
Yeah, true. In this kind of situation, agency should trust you and give you this kind of approach and leave you. This kind of approach. Hey, Antonella, and you and your director, can you help us to give us some kind of proposal for the shows? That would be nice, because what I want to tell you, because sometimes I get some brief from the agency for some demo part, and I see that in this kind of board, so many shots, like a 10, for example, and they ask me, okay, Jacek, we want to do something like this. we have 10 shots to do. We need to do it in one day because our cost is limited, sorry. And I see that 3 or 4 of them is on the bolt motion control movement. So they collect something from internet like shots. They send it to me like references. And I usually say to them, oh, it's impossible. I can do it 50% of them, maybe. It depends on how difficult it will be.
Every time you have to
and they say,
explain.
What? Only? Yes, only.
Exactly. When you say that, we can do just 4 or 5 shots in a day. How comes? But if you want motion control, we have the high speed, some FX. Exactly. Yeah. How can I achieve more than 4 shots?
Let's change the subject for the moment. So I have 2 daughters. When we drive a car, we love special games. So we call it this one linking game. I like it because it shows me how someone thinks. I wanted to ask you 10 questions, okay?
Okay, 10. Wow.
10 questions. It's a good number. Yeah. But you have to reply very quickly.
Okay, so immediate.
Okay. Doesn't make a sense only in this way. So, are you ready?
I'll try.
Day or night?
Day.
Lake or sea?
Sea.
Fish or meat?
Fish.
Swimming or sunbathing?
Sunbathing.
Fast or slow?
Fast.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Far or near?
Far.
Okay. Water or wine?
Wine.
Planning or risking?
Planning.
Yes or no?
No.
Oh, come on.
Planning? No. So I have to answer yes.
Yes, of course.
I don't know
yes,
why.
Yes. Always yes.
Always yes.
I think so. You are so positive.
I'm positive, but
sometimes it's better to say no. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Depends.
Yes, it depends, of course. But it's like a game. Yeah.
Especially when you are a woman.
Oh yeah. Yes.
You have to pay attention when. So we have to protect ourselves. Mm-hmm. So the no sometimes helps. That's
true.
why.
Maybe
it's not because I'm negative, but it's different.
Okay, it's good to know. Yeah, true. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always.
Okay, because sometimes yes or no, it means like someone is more positive or negative. So.
No, it's okay. No, but I'm very positive.
Yes, I know. That was the last question. Yeah.
You know me. Okay. I'm very positive.
Yes, but you explained to me right now very clearly what is your approach for no and yes. Okay,
no, exactly.
Okay, so I had the pleasure of working in your 360 FX studio several times, and it always great a pleasure. I love the moment when we went to the restaurant for the break during the shooting. So great respect for the food. So to spend this time together in a good environment. This is very important for me too. I love this approach. I love this approach to be free for the moment, to forget for anything. So that's the thing. I admit that my head is constantly in the project 24 hours a day. So I still thinking what to change, how to come up with some kind of shots, stuff like that. Still at work, but I love it. Can you separate your work from family matters?
I try. I do my best because exactly as I said, Saturday now for me is like when it's possible, when I'm the Saturday free, I try to don't work. And this is, I dedicate my weekend to my family. So, yes.
Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday, yeah. Because during the week I have to work. But in the evening sometime I love to cook. So if I'm not super busy, I go to the supermarket. When I finish my job, I close the door and I go to the supermarket and I prepare because I love to cook. because
Yeah.
and I prepare for my husband delicious food for the evening. Maybe sometime we watch a film, a movie, and we drink very good Italian wine.
So okay, Italian wine, I'm totally agree. But the question is about the cuisine. Tell me, what kind of cuisine is your favorite one? Not, don't tell me that Italian.
No, it's not
Yes.
Italian. No.
Yes.
I love Indian, Asia.
All right.
I love.
I wanna tell something to our listeners, because we are here right now in 316 FX in Antonella's studio. We are in Chinatown.
Exactly. In fact, that's why we eat a lot of Chinese. Also,
Yeah.
in the last month I didn't eat a lot, but usually once per week it happens. So to have, and we try different restaurants because now it's full of restaurants. Did you see?
Yes, of course I saw it.
Every day, like a mushroom, arrive a new restaurant. No, but in terms of cuisine, I love to cook like Indian, Asia with the fish. That's my favorite food because I love curry, the spicy taste. And when I start to cook, this is my way. I'm trying to escape from the Italian because to do lasagna, pasta, I'm not interested.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Because we grow with these things.
But, okay, do you have your special dish?
But I love to cook the fish. Did you know the Saint Jacques? I love to do it in the oven with this different recipe on top.
Okay.
It's like a fish shell.
Okay.
Inside you have the scallop. And I like to prepare the scallop with different recipe.
Right.
Sometimes I don't know. I put some cream and garlic, and the other one curry, and the other one. So, and I love to see my guests when they start to eat, and everybody they eating something different.
Oh, nice.
And so
you never know that will be spicy or not.
No.
Oh.
But it's nice. I like this kind of. And then so the classical basmati rice with a curry chicken, or fish. Because this is the classical Indian, but I love it.
Before our conversation, we talked about the quality of food, especially quality of meat. What is your approach for this market, this food market? Maybe you can say here about the quality. Can you pay attention for this kind of, if you start to cooking, you select the special ingredients? Did you have some kind of special spots where you can buy it or stuff like that?
I hated to go to the classic supermarket because you can find stuff is fresh but is not the best. There are a couple of spots in Milan. They opened one year ago, and they are all biologic stuff. They come from farmer, and so that's for me is the best to find the carrots with the green. It's not the carrots in the plastic box. I cannot eat this kind of plastic. So I try. Of course it costs more, but when you eat it, you feel it. That the quality is completely different, and even the meat. As we said before, the meat, if you go to the butcher to buy it, but it has to be also a farmer. And I don't buy the meat in Milan. I go to the lake where I have my house, and I order some meat from him, and he said, okay, maybe in 2 weeks I have it because I have the cow or other animals.
You need to wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and then
but when
stuff.
you eat it, so in just a stupid thing, but when you eat like a small stick, come from the supermarket, when you cook it, it's become a quarter smaller.
Yeah.
When you eat from the place where I go to buy, so it remains the same size, so it doesn't change.
Yeah. It depends on the water inside,
Yeah,
because they fill it with
they
the
fill
water
it.
to
Yeah,
be
water or
bigger.
other
Yeah,
stuff.
other stuff too. So everybody knows. So I had a lot of conversation about the biological stuff. So that this is so expensive. We don't have enough money to buy it, stuff like that. So with other people.
Okay.
So but in the end of the day, you don't need to eat so much.
Exactly.
Let's reduce your portion for the meat and buy the better quality.
Exactly. I prefer
And,
to
the
buy.
price will is staying at the same level.
I prefer to buy 3 carrots instead of 10 carrots, but
in
the plastic.
market.
In the
yeah,
market.
exactly.
Who cares? So
Yeah.
that I like it to eat fresh food. So
Mhm.
it's 3 carrots instead of a big
Absolutely.
portion. Then you know what's happened? They stay in the freezer, in fridge, for 1 week, and after 1 week, you cannot eat it. So exactly, you spend the same money, but at the end you have to throw away.
Yes.
So that's why. So that's my policy. So not a lot of food, but good quality. So that's and I'm teaching also to my son the same. Don't eat trash stuff. No. Junk food, exactly. He try. It's still difficult.
It's still difficult because for the teenagers
we are surrounded. We are surrounded by
Yeah.
McDonald's, Burger King, KFC. Poor guys.
True. But I think this is about the parents' knowledge.
Yeah.
If you sell them the good knowledge about all of that stuff, if you sell them that this is the good or bad, I have a feeling that after years they remind that mother and father gives you some other approach, other different way, like this one. Maybe it's better way. So this is my feeling. So I don't want to push my kids to. They know what's important, because for each dish I want to tell them what is important, but I don't want to push them. But to be honest, right now, even when they ask me about some kind of dish, they ask me what is this, where you buy it, so that's the good or not.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I know, but when you give them the best, they realize that if you have I don't know, like a ragu with the meat, if the ragu you open from you prepare from the jar, or you prepare. My son, he knows.
Oh, really?
He can understand if I arrive from the jar or made by myself.
Yes, cool. Okay. I think we can finish.
No, I'm just thinking if there is somebody around.
We are alone here.
Probably.
The studio is empty. You say that there is some kind of competitors here on the tabletop market. What are your plans for development of the company now? Do you need any change to be different, or maybe tabletop mother don't need anything?
For sure, we always need something to develop. What we need at the moment, I don't know, because it's a very strange moment, because we finished the COVID, now we are entering the war, so it's a period of the year weird. That's why I don't want to explore more respect to what I'm doing now. Of course, I'm the one that when there is some new things in the market, I want to buy it. Now and also I want to pay attention to for the environment, and my next, if I have time to do it, I would like to buy new lights, for example. New generation, and of course they are LED, but this is save the time and power and a lot of things, and I try to be a little bit, I'm thinking more to the sustainability than to grow in a way, because I think is a moment where we have to be responsible of this planet. And that's why in this, especially in this period, I'm trying to organize with my people the way to save and to respect the planet. And this is, for me, is one of the main points. So I stop with the water. This is a water that is not plastic. So
no, it's not plastic.
No, it's not plastic. This is you can put in with the food.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's made from what?
I think probably corn. It's made by I don't know, but it's yeah.
Looks like a plastic. Even the sound is like a plastic.
Yeah. Bio from the beginning to the end is you can use as a normal bottle. Then you put in the organic. Then is a biodegradability. In 80 days and back
in 80 days.
Yeah, in 80 days.
It's really
So for
it's
me,
gone
this is a big change, because here we use a lot of plastic. And for me it was, I'm arriving in the office and I feel bad about these things. I say, why? It's the same for the lights, because we use a very power, like 70k energy. So we are in a moment where energy, everything, we need to respect. So that's is my next step in this world.
I like this approach. It's a good topic to end our story. Absolutely, to be more eco and start thinking about all of that. Yeah. So
I have the robot, 2 robots. I have 4 Phantom. So in terms of technology, yes, probably something will come up. But for me at the moment it's good to buy maybe some lights that there are more sustainability in terms of consume, instead to do some step that I don't know where it will bring me. So this is, I know that is feasible, is possible. I'm always walk sure.
Nice. I think this is a very good approach. You want to sell your idea to the others, to the clients, like to tell everyone what is your idea, or you want to
no
to
working with Unilever, they ask you to be like this, and honestly I start to think about this kind of environment because I'm working with the big. When you work with when you work with the big, you need to show them, and I'm not doing because I have to, but because I like it to do it. And the first approach that when I see that Unilever ask, please don't do this, don't do that, and some of things was in this already in my mind, and I said, okay, this is the approach. So and that's and of course we have a presentation where we are going to explain who we are and how we work and what we do for the planet.
Okay, cool. Yes, it's really nice because we are starting testing in your studio tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
So I guess it's a time to slowly finish and start to preparing for tomorrow something. So thank you, Anto, for a nice chat, for the interview.
Thank you to you, Jacek. I hope it's okay.
Yeah, everything is fine. And I wish you only a most beautiful projects, only with the best directors.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really like the eco approach in our industry. After each food commercial, we still try to figure it out what to do with the remaining food. Food stylists and producers with whom I work do not throw food away. Food banks and proven contacts mean that a large part of the food left over from shoot is in good hands. I support Antonella in promoting the pro-eco approach among the largest clients. Let's educate, especially we, the food makers. No waste food. Bon appetit. Smacznego.